I have one phrase to describe Pokemon Journeys episode 115, terrible pacing. And it's such a shame because the hype matchup that is Alain versus Leon was compromised, especially when it was Charizard versus Charizard. Let's talk about it. So this episode started off really well in my opinion. I wasn't too interested in Hop coming to the anime, especially since the Masters tournament is set to start in the same episode, so I didn't mind it being done very quickly. If anything, it shows how powerful Ash is and how powerful the Masters 8 trainers are in comparison to the average Joe, if Hop is even that. And with the introduction to the tournament, it was done really well. We can see the childish nature of Ash and Iris being antithetical to the more mature personalities of everyone else, and I loved this dynamic, and I loved how hyped the crowd, and admittedly I, was when they slowly announced the Masters 8 trainers on stage. Also, can we focus on the fact that they referred to Ash as the Alolan champion? Yes, that's what we want and what Ash deserves. Also, I was very excited to see Ash and Alain give a subtle look at each other on stage. Too bad that was all she wrote about Ash and Alain. The next part of the episode was primarily comprised of Alain versus Leon, and here I got worried. With around only half an episode left to settle a 3v3 between Alain and Leon, I was sure it would extend to the next episode. I was wrong. Instead, they shafted Alain hard, and don't get me wrong, the episode to this point was very well done, in my opinion. But when it came to Alain versus Leon, yeah. So in the Alain versus Leon match, I like to divide the actual battle into two parts. The very well done first half and the abomination that is the second half. The first half of the battle was actually really well done. We see Leon send his Rillaboom against Alain's Chestnut. I really like Chestnut here, serving as a memento to Marin from X and Y. Heck, Sycamore and Marin even made a cameo. Too bad they only saw such a sorry battle for Alain. Anyways, back to Rillaboom versus Chestnut. I thought it was interesting Leon Gigantamaxed his Rillaboom so quickly, especially since Alain had his absolutely broken Mega Charizard left in his reserves. The animation and art for this episode was one of the best for the Journeys anime, and Chestnut put up a pretty darn good fight, despite ultimately losing to Rillaboom. Alain sends his Charizard to clean up Rillaboom quickly. Now, we get into the second part of this battle. Also, the art and animation is still great by the ways. So, Leon sends his Charizard out, and Alain switches his Charizard for Malamar. Keep in mind that at this point, there is less than 5 minutes left, and both trainers still have 2 Pokemons each. Surely this battle is going to the next episode. Nah, the writers let Alain's Charizard destroy Malamar pretty quickly, and I thought Malamar was such a fitting Pokemon for Alain. It's a shame. But then we have Alain's broken Mega Charizard X. Yeah, well, apparently it also fell from grace because despite being so overpowered in X and Y and the Kalos League, it got very quickly defeated by Leon's Charizard. Like, I'm talking about Alain's Charizard Mega Evolving and then the battle against Leon's Charizard lasting for less than a minute. And actually, less than 40 seconds. Seriously. At this point, it felt like rather than having a logical battle, the writers just wanted to cram as much as they could in one episode. I get Leon is supposed to be depicted as a super strong, undefeatable trainer, but they did Alain dirty with this one. His return was one of the worst I've seen in not just Pokemon, but in all of anime. By Alain, it's not you, it's the writers. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider. We are growing and let's keep that momentum up. So yeah, this episode had terrible pacing, and as a result, I'm very mixed. The first half was great, especially setting the tone and hype for the entire Masters tournament. The second half, though, did not manage its time well. While Chestnut vs. Rillaboom was done very well, it took way too much screen time if the writers had to cram in the entire Alain vs. Leon matchup, including Charizard vs. Charizard. At least the preview for the next episode shows Lance vs. Diantha happening very early on, though they better not cram it and Iris vs. Cynthia in the same episode or everyone is going to catch my hands. We have Lance's Dragonite, Hydreigon, and Gyarados against Diantha's Gourgeist, Aurorus, and Gardevoir. Cheers to being hopeful, and thanks for watching.